to introduce Prezenti for people who on the call that might not know about us. We're a Web3 grant program currently servicing the Celo ecosystem. We've been supporting innovative builders since 2022. We've given away we've given grants of around greater than $1 million CUSD to builders within the Celo ecosystem. And our current funding is from the Celo Community Fund. So we consider ourselves custodians of this money for the Celo community, and that guides our decisions in sort of what to fund of the applications that come available. We're committed to sort of grassroots projects and inclusive growth, and where it's led by a team of 3 stewards that have reaching throughout the Celo ecosystem in various aspects. And then we also speak to the DAOs in the ecosystem, like Africa DAO, LATAM DAO, Celo Foundation, Celo PG, etc. How the Prezenti program works is we operate in rounds. We also have, and we do around 4 rounds a year, quarterly. And we offer 3 pools of funding: the micro, which is $2,000 grant, pilot, which is $10,000 grant, and growth, which is $25,000 grant. This is a way to get builders where they are in their sort of journey, and then also to provide a sort of path for somebody going from 0 to 1 within Celo ecosystem. So essentially, you could go from micro pilot to growth and build a project within the span of a year within Celo. And some of our grantees have actually done that and followed the path. So it's pretty amazing to see. So the previous round mint has closed about a couple of weeks ago, and the applicants should find out in the next week whether they received a grant, and then we'll be announcing that on Twitter, on the forum, etc. This current Prezenti grantee showcase is the first one that we've done of this. We've done previous through Connectco, but we wanted to do sort of a separate one just because we have a lot of grants coming on, grantees products coming online, and we wanted to showcase them. So we're thinking about running this most likely on a monthly or bi-monthly basis, depending on grantees coming online. So yeah, glad that you're all here for the first one, and stay tuned because there will be more. The platform that we're using here is actually a Prezenti Grantee 40, and we wanted to utilize this because it's an amazing product. They completed the grant very quick. It has a full CUSD integration for giving prizes out in CUSD, and it's pretty amazing. So the agenda today is that we will go into be showcasing four grants, and then after that there will be some questions about the Celo ecosystem and some of the grantees. And it's interactive, and there'll be $5 US CUSD prizes for each of the questions that are answered correctly. Bear with me, I am new to this platform, so I will probably fumble like I did at the very beginning. But first off, I wanted to introduce Paul, who is the founder of 40, and he will just run through and go over what 40, the platform, has to offer. Welcome, Paul.
Hey, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Paul from 40, and I'm excited to have you guys on 40. And as a Prezenti grantee, it's really great. For those who don't know us, 40 is transforming how creators and brands connect with their communities through interactive live experiences. Think game shows, challenges, real-time engagement, all with built-in rewards and monetization. We're particularly excited about building on Celo for three main reasons. Its mobile-first approach aligns perfectly with our vision. Why? Because we want it to be really easy for users to join. Also, the low transaction fees make micro rewards feasible. So you'll see in a bit we have $5 prizes. We might have like a 10-cent prize. All of that is doable on Celo. And last but not least, obviously, the focus on real-world impact matches our goal of bringing Web3 to mainstream audiences. So when you think of 4D, the slides that we have are kind of how you can use 4D. And this could be useful for you as grantees if once you grow, is you can feature your brand in a unique experience that's led by a creator. And so let me just confirm. Palton, what's your first name from Lagos? You told us 2 seconds ago. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Jalakbo.
You're gonna have to type that for me. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it. But sorry about that. But think of this. Basically, have you heard of Mr. Macaroni in Nigeria?
Yes.
So imagine Mr. Macaroni joining live on this platform, and then when he does, he has an engaging session where all their followers come on stage. And no, you can only have 18 people here on stage. And so everybody's trying to get on stage, speak with Mr. Macaroni. There are some questions, kind of like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, maybe. And then you can say, oh, it's sponsored by, I'm going to give you an example, Acme VPN, for example. So you can move that around. So you can sponsor, you can put your brand and do stuff like that. And then Ashreya, I suppose, do you know? Okay, I guess that's it for 40. We can chat more about it. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks, Paul. And yeah, if anybody's looking to utilize 40 for some of their whatever they want to present, reach out to Paul. Next up, we'll start with the showcase of Illuminated DAO with Ashreya. Yeah, thank you very much, Ashreya. Go ahead. And then if you want me to move the slides, just say next slide, please. Thank you.
Okay, got it. So unfortunately, my GIF, I guess, is a very big file size, so it didn't load here, but it had a GIF of an arch. It was an archway leading you into another world. So that's with the concept of Illuminated. So hi, everyone. I'm Ashreya. I'm the founder of Illuminated. We're building a marketplace for startup cities and sovereign identities. Next slide, please. So we're doing two main things. One is we're helping startup cities build out their entire identity and citizenship infrastructure. And secondly, we're trying to bring the most essential and critical services to citizens around the world at an affordable price. So next slide, please. We have started with building out two main features. As you can see, our goal is to not just bring the powerful startup cities around the world to you, but also give you all the services that you might require as a citizen. We're starting off with two main features. The first is tokenized citizenship. Through this, what we do is we give you access to multiple countries at once through a one-time onboarding system, removing the need for KYC and completely expediting your sign-up process. And our second feature is our universal ID. Through this, what we do is we are building a unified ID for your multiple addresses and your multiple citizenships and government-backed identities. Users simply link their existing IDs for authentication, and then they generate a reputation score for easy access to our platform. For context, when I say startup cities here, I basically mean very nascent or early stage form of governments that are just getting started. They're more alike to special economic zones that have some form of autonomy over their operations and governance. And it's basically people coming together to find a way to govern themselves and crowdfund and have real estate and set up all of these governance structures. Next slide, please. So yes, as you can see, this is our version 4 of our product. We've already built 3 versions, but this version as it stands, we are doing express citizenship checkouts and storefront for countries through our marketplace. So with our express citizenship checkouts, users will be able to come in, pick from whichever countries they're interested in, and pick from banking solutions, immigration solutions, and easily check out. So it's going to be as easy as shopping online, and you'll be able to get through all the laundry list of important citizenship services on this particular citizenship checkout. And the second one, we have built out a much more deeply engaged marketplace for people, for those that want to get directly connected with other citizens, explore career opportunities, either immigrate to a particular city or lead projects or assist on projects that are happening within these countries. So we have built the marketplace storefront specifically for them. Next slide, please. So as you can see, we have built out an entire landscape. We have mapped it, and this is also accessible on our Twitter if you would like to explore the entire landscape. But today we have founders that are building infrastructure at sea, on land, and in the metaverse. And this is a space that is extremely exciting because you're not just having startup cities, but you're also having governance tools, voting mechanisms, essential services, and infrastructure that is critical infrastructure on ground that is being built. Next slide. This is just a continuation of the same, so we'll put it out for everyone for them to be accessible. Next. So yes, so our main goal is to not just champion democratic innovation, but honestly secure citizenship for all. So we're trying to do this by giving access to most essential services on our platform, and we're hoping that we'll be able to get started as soon as possible. So the next slide is basically our demo. We'll also try to put out a link to it so that everyone can take a look. But this is essentially a sped up version of our onboarding process. It just shows you how easy it is to get started on our marketplace. You just link your existing IDs, tell us what your preferences are, mint our universal ID if needed, generate a reputation score, and then gain easy access to our marketplace. So yes, yeah. Thank you, everyone. We can skip the next one because I guess that's a little bit longer, but yes.
Excellent. Thank you, Australia. I've always been intrigued with network states after reading Balaji's book, and it's super exciting to see initiatives like Praxis, etc. Do this, and so having this available on Celo is just a beautiful stepping stone for anybody looking to do something like this or initiative like this or follow initiatives like this. Next up, we will have Elias from OneRamp. Welcome, Elias. Are you there? You're on mute.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, there we are. Perfect. Thank you. Just anytime you want me to change a slide, just say next slide. Thank you.
Okay, so we are OneRamp. Next slide. And what we're doing at OneRamp is that we are enabling users in sub-Saharan Africa buy and sell cryptocurrencies with mobile money. So the most predominant way of transacting out of Africa is through banks. However, in sub-Saharan Africa, most of the people use a system called mobile money. So that's basically sending money via text message. And we saw the need for this because there weren't a lot of people doing this the time when we started. And most of the service providers that were there at that particular time were offering on-ramping solutions via bank. Next slide. So the user experience on OneRamp is really, really simple. I have put here a flow chart on how to buy and how to sell. But if a user wants to buy, they put in their phone number, and then it will send them a prompt to that phone number, and then the funds will be deducted from the phone number. So they put in an amount and the phone number, sends them a prompt, and then the funds are deducted from their mobile money account, and cryptocurrency sent to the wallet address that they put. To sell, how it works is that the user connects their Web3 wallet. The funds, so let's say they want to sell 10 CUSD. So they connect their Web3 wallet, transfer 10 CUSD to our admin account. And then the moment we receive, we have events set in place, and then we send them the fiat money to their mobile number that they have put. Next slide. So so far we have about so this is our traction so far. We have about 5,584 users from MiniPay. Most of our user activity is coming in from MiniPay because we're integrated as a service on MiniPay, as a service provider on MiniPay. Next slide. About 5,686 unique addresses have interacted with OneDrump on Celo. So this is amazing because we have a widget, and we are on MiniPay, so users interact with OneDrump either on MiniPay or directly through our widget. Next slide. So the transactions so far on OneDrump, on Celo, 11,162, and they keep increasing. We have an entire Dune dashboard in case anyone is interested. Maybe I'll just share it in the chat so someone can see our on-chain activity and the stats that are on OneDrump. Next slide. Yeah, and so far the volume we have been able to accumulate this far is 141,956 thousand US dollars. Next slide. So this is our month-on-month performance. We received the Prezenti grant in May, and yeah, so initially our volumes, as you can see, in June and July were really low because most of the users were accessing OneDrump via the OneDrump widget. But then in August, we finally got integrated onto MiniPay, and that's how our volumes really went up. And you can see that month on month, the volumes have kept on increasing, and I think that's a good thing. And we're excited for this month of December. Next slide. So what are the new features that we have on OneDrump? We are testing out currently a way for you to pay for goods and services directly on OneDrump. So you connect your wallet and you pay for M-Pesa bills, Uber rides, and everything. You can be able to do that on OneDrump. We have introduced KYC. So previously we were transacting small volumes because we could transact small volumes without KYC, but we are scaling, and we have introduced KYC, and now we can support users to transact much bigger volumes. We have added a feature for users to be able to off-ramp to Nigerian banks via OneDrump, and also to off-ramp to Kenyan banks via OneDrump. Yeah, and the moment you're dealing with banks, it was imperative that we have KYC on OneDrump, and we have implemented that currently. Next slide. So what next? What we are planning, our next step is to expand to 3 new markets within the next 3 months. And our target currently is South Africa, Cameroon, and Malawi, because they actually do have crypto communities there, and we want to capture those markets. And we're also looking to sign new partnerships with PSPs and wallet providers to PSPs help us automate our service, and the wallet providers help us with the distribution of OneDrump to the users who use their wallets. Yes. Next slide. Our revenue model is exchange rate markup and commission. So currently we are not, and this was an agreement between us and MiniPay, we are not charging any commission fee, so that's at 0%. But yeah, after a year, we shall be able to start putting a commission on the charges. And our main model right now is the exchange rate markup, but it's a very tiny markup. Yes. Next slide. So the team, Jovan, my co-founder, and I are the people behind OneRamp, and yeah, we're excited to keep building on Celo.
Wow, amazing, Elias. Really good to see the growth trajectory there. Looks like you're off to a stellar start, and it's amazing to see like MiniPay as sort of a funnel for products once getting on board, just sort of funneling users to your product. Very awesome to see. Next up, we have BitGifty with Adadalabo. Welcome to the stage.
Hi guys, it's great to be here. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Adidolapo Adiagbo, co-founder of BitGifty, and my team and I are building BitGifty, which is an amazing crypto gifting platform, specifically to full stack crypto for daily lifestyle. So we're basically enabling crypto for daily real world use. Next slide, please. Yeah, so before building BitGifty, we had two problems in mind. The first one is the difficulty in crypto transfers. As much as crypto is very prominent in Africa, we think the barrier of entry is still very high, which is the use of wallet addresses that causes, especially for me, anxiety whenever I'm sending, especially huge amounts of money. And we think that for somebody who is in the crypto space who still feels this anxiety, then talk less of somebody who is new to crypto. So we wanted to find a solution for this, and so we built BitGifty, and that was the first problem we were trying to solve. And then the second problem we tried to eventually ended up solving was that the fact that crypto had zero to little spending capacity in the real world. Nigeria, being one of the biggest markets for crypto, still deals mostly with off ramp. But at the end of the day, if we say crypto is the future of money, it has to be, we have to be able to spend crypto and get value in return, and not just off ramp most of the time to a local currencies. And we believe that adoption won't happen, especially in Africa, until we can spend cryptocurrencies in our day-to-day real life use cases. Next slide, please. As a result, so we built crypto gift cards. The idea behind crypto gift card is to be able to use cryptos socially. We believe that once crypto can be used socially, and then that is when we can have the adoption that we really need. The current ways of sending crypto can be inconvenient, especially for newbies. Um, Too formal, boring, and complex, making it especially difficult for crypto adjacent users to fully appreciate the power of cryptocurrencies. And then we created crypto gift cards, which users do not need wallet addresses when sending or receiving crypto. They just need to use their email and the amount they are trying to send to the recipient. And then we also have the options of personalization, where especially during this festive period, where users could easily send tokens to their friends and family for Christmas, for Boxing Day, for New Year, and send add a little bit of note to make it more personalized and know that this gift is coming from their art. And then on the other end, excuse me, we have the crypto spend, which is to tackle the actual value that crypto brings to us as users in Africa, which is that we should be able to spend our crypto after receiving our crypto easily. And then what's next? It was at this point we came to Prezenti and we got a grant to build the spend feature that allows users to spend their crypto without having to change to naira first, in starting with the Nigeria market. So as of this moment, users can basically buy airtime, data, electricity, subscribe for their DSTV, GoTV, top up their Bet Niger wallet. Even in countries like Kenya, Ghana, South Africa, users can buy airtime, pay bills, send money to vendors directly with their crypto, and especially on MiniPay, as we are currently integrated on MiniPay. Next slide, please. Yes, as I was saying, our model is first the crypto gift card that allows users to send USDT, CUSD, USDC, BTC, and other cryptocurrencies as gift cards, and then the recipient only needs to redeem the gift card that has been sent to their email address. And for the spend feature, users can use crypto for daily purchases like airtime, data, electricity, purchase of traditional gift cards, groceries, subscription, travel tickets, and minimal. Next slide, please. And so we also have the B2B side of things, where we offer platforms, crypto gift cards APIs, because we want to spread this product as much as possible. And then we also have the crypto spend API and an API for corporate gifting. Next slide, please. Yes, as a result, this is the traction we've gotten so far. We are currently live in 5 African countries, including Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, South Africa, and Uganda. We've gathered over 70,000 users so far. We've processed over 500,000 microtransactions, which is the beauty of the Celo ecosystem and also of BitGifted, the fact that people could use as low as 0.06 CUSD or USDT to buy airtime or to buy data, and then we've processed as high as several thousand transactions as well. At the moment, we process approximately about 50,000 transactions month on month. Currently, we process about 3 to 4,000 transactions on daily basis. We have about over 30,000 USD month on month in revenue. We've secured strategic partnership with 2 businesses, including Bet Niger, the biggest betting platforms in Nigeria, Bupas, a travel ticketing platform for buses, trains, and plane tickets, and then Sochito. Next slide, please. In the future, say 2025, we are working on launching BitGifty tokens, call it BGT, to further incentivize people to interact more with Web3, and then also bridge the space between the Web3 and the Web2 space. We aim to offer massive discounts when users pay for their utilities and spend their crypto BGT tokens, and get discounts for this spending. And we also plan on having continuous partnerships, mostly with Web2 businesses, as that is the focus that we are trying to, the dream we are trying to achieve by bridging the Web3 and Web2 space. And then in the next few weeks, we will be launching in more countries, especially Zambia, Zimbabwe, Tanzania, Rwanda, and Malawi. Next slide, please. Yeah, so BitGifty is built by 3 main founding teams: myself, the co-founder and CEO; Adigoke was CEO, co-founder and the CTO; and then we have Olaya Prince Will as the tech lead. Next slide, please. Yes, sir, that's it for BitGifty. Thank you for listening. If you are interested in knowing more about BitGifty, please reach out to us. Thank you, guys.
Thanks very much, Adelabo. That was amazing. BitGifty is one of those Prezenti journey stories where BitGifty sort of came from inception, I think from a Prezenti grant, and then has worked their way sort of growing within sort of the pool structure. And yeah, truly mind-blowing numbers. Looking forward to seeing the token launch. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Next up, we have Wasat. Femi will be saying this.
Hi. Okay. I don't know. Am I audible?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Great. I can't see the slide. I've been trying to play around to see if I can see the other presenters slide as well. I don't know. Maybe it's not projected yet.
Maybe it's something on mobile. Sorry about that.
Because I'm currently connected on mobile.
Yeah.
So what am I gonna do? Okay. All right. So I'll just talk about what we are doing at Wasit and how we are enabling recycling locally in Nigeria. Thanks to Prezenti. I don't know. Okay, let me just start with the problem. So one of the major problem we have today, we're familiar with. We've seen it. It's everywhere. Trash is one big problem in across every cities, from Lagos, Nigeria, Ibadan, in Nigeria to Italy to different countries, and the problem has extended beyond just trash. In one of the slides, we showed how microplastic in the recent research has been found in the human balls, like a man, like scrotum or something. Yeah, and this just like a time when lead poisoning and some other methods were a very big problem. This particular research is meant to be like a wake up call for us, uh, showcasing how deadly the current system is if we continue on this path. Disposing tons and millions of tons of plastic yearly into, in fact, not just water bodies now, in drainages and several other issues that uh, emanate from that. And yeah, so basically at Wayset, we are addressing that through a simple marketplace, a simple interface where people can list their waste, they can list it, and the closest aggregator or collector in that location can pick it up. It's very simple. You have like some bottles at home, you have like some cartons that you use from your packaging. You can just accumulate it, store it somewhere. When it's like significant of a particular weight, you can just list it on the marketplace. The collector will come, they'll verify it, and they'll pay you either in crypto, that's the wasted token, or they pay you in cash, which is a prominent one now. So how we're doing this, we're currently connected with local restaurants, including Bishop and some major restaurants in the city where we operate. And the goal is basically to easily collect these materials. It's more like a B2B kind of thing, easier than working with households based on since we launched. So what we do is we reward them based on the quantity of material they bring. And of course, we have several players that are doing something similar. But one key thing that's really bring us apart from the likes of Scrappy and some other players in the space is the way we approach it. We believe when we reward people, when we create this open marketplace that is not limited to a particular recycling company as it is now, we open new opportunities for new recycling companies to, they don't have to develop a new marketplace or new app. They can just onboard the users wherever they work with locally. They can onboard them and they can start using the app. Or like what we have now, where most of these marketplaces they are not open. If you're a recycling company and you launch your app, you don't want others to use the app. That's what we have currently. So what we are doing is we're opening the marketplace for not just Wayset, but for other people similar to what we do, to use the marketplace to connect to the local uh, businesses that generate these recyclables. And so far so good. We made significant strive since we launched since the pilot program last year, which was funded thanks to Prezenti. We've processed close to 20 tons of plastic materials now, which mostly we build and then we send to the bigger recycling companies for the processing. And not just that alone, we've also created a new form of like funding. Not like this is very big, but for these businesses we work with, which the money might not be significant, but it saves them a ton of money from that they pay for getting rid of their trash. So
That's
not just
interesting.
that alone.
How much?
Yeah.
How many tons did you say you processed already?
As at last month, we sent off like 2 tons. So everything totally should be around 18 plus tons.
Wow.
Yeah. So we work with a big recycling company in the country currently. I don't know if you're familiar with Katani. You can check. They're a big recycling company. So we supply them. When we process this material, we send it to them. And all this was made possible through a funding we received and the pilot program we run. And of course, we learned a lot through the process. Some of the things we had to adapt and also innovate around uh, the current reality of things. And yeah, I think the last slide is about the team. We have a very interesting team, both developers for the marketplace and also on the operations side, onboarding and collaborating with these local businesses. And we also have someone on the legal team to make sure that we're not getting on the bad side of the government. Make sure we are compliant and we're not doing something wrong. Yeah, I think that's basically it about resets. If we have questions, we're open to answering them. And thank you again for having us here.
Thanks, Sammy. Looking forward to seeing progress across it moving forward. Amazing slide deck. Unfortunately, you couldn't see it normal deck, but valuable feedback. Excellent. Thank you very much to all the projects that presented today. Now I'd like to kind of test out the feature of asking questions and giving prizes. Let's see how I go here.
I think the first thing is we should probably end the share screen. Let's do that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna refresh you from the top. You can start again if you want. Do you want everybody to be participating, or just do you want four people answering at the same time?
I think everybody participating should be okay. What is the best way to do this?
Totally up to you. The host has full control, so you can decide to send everyone a question or have two people compete against each other. I'm going to move myself because I know the questions, so I don't think it's fair for me to answer. It would be great if I don't know if you're still here, Elias, but to have your video and to see you, it kind of makes the experience better if you can.
He might have joined. Oh, there he is.
There we go. It's late in Thailand. We appreciate it.
Wonderful. Okay, let's test this out. Does anybody know what the name of Celo's flagship wallet is since inception?
Valora. I don't know. Is there a way to answer the question? That should be Valora.
You got it, family. You got it. Congratulations. 5 CUSD coming your way.
We're having issues with your...
What month and year was the Celo Genesis? Or day was it on? I think, Fami, you're muted. But I think you're trying to hit.
What else day? 2021, I think. Oh god.
You were close. You were close. It's 2020, but you got Earth Day right. So we'll give you that for sure. Man, Fami's gonna take all the money here.
We're having issues with your mic, just so you know.
Okay. Next question. How many countries is Bit50 on MiniPay currently available?
I'm gonna repeat the question. How many countries is Bit50
on MiniPay currently available? One person can't answer.
All the countries? Or just one?
How many countries?
I know of two. I think I know of Nigeria, Kenya. I saw Ghana. Ghana the other day. Yeah.
Well, that was the question. So But the next question is, can you name 2 of those countries? And I think that you did. So I'll give you that. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Name 2 products that Big Gifty offers on MiniPay.
We're having an audio issue. I think it's from Femi.
Yeah, Femi, could you just mute yourself, please?
Femi, can you
Let me
mute refresh? There's something doing like there's interference on your end. Yeah.
Interference.
So let's ask the question again.
Okay. Name 2 products Big Gifty offers on MiniPay. Any takers?
You gotta unmute yourself, guys. If you do know the answer.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So I think the question is about the product. I know of gift card. I know of airtime, which is available in other several countries. Yeah.
Wow, he's breaking all the puns. Great job.
There you go. Okay, next question. What is Illuminated's primary goal for startup cities?
No idea.
So I added these, and I'm going to transfer you the value of the additional prizes. I thought it would be great to have. I think this is the whole point. Is that it's hard. You listen to the presentations, and then what is the actual goal? So, anybody? Adiagbo?
I didn't expect these ones. These are you threw in a curveball here.
I did. I think the goal is to champion civic innovation and secure citizenship for all. Is that correct? Yeah.
Well, you've got a nod from Australia.
Yeah.
I think that's correct. You're giving yourself your own prizes. Is this correct?
Oh, you answered. You gave her the.
Sorry, that was me. I was like, click yes to her, because I can't click yes to you.
Yes, I'm not participating because I had the questions.
Well, Ashraya, she's the founder. I think she deserves that.
We're gonna have two people on stage at this point, and see how that goes. Okay.
How many on-ramp
We can't have on-ramp on this question, so I'm moving you up. Now you can ask the question again if you want.
Okay. How many on-ramp transactions on Celo?
11,000, I guess.
Right?
No.
100K plus. 100K plus. I can't remember the exact figure. 114 point something to 9. Yeah.
Unfortunately, no for both. We can have the founder join and explain how many transactions and volume. I think the difference is there. If you want to explain.
1,000 or so.
The transactions are 11,162. So I think she was really close.
It's close.
Yeah, and the volume is 141,956. Yeah.
Perfect. Sorry, we're not harsh on this game show today. Do you want to go to the next one?
Yep. Hold on. So I can't.
I'll do it.
Game balance.
Let me. So this is kind of a feature that we wanted to highlight. I'm gonna. You don't have enough money anymore in your account because you had budgeted for it. But I just sent you. Yeah, I added extra questions. So it should work now. There we go. I think it's because. Yep. So we got that one. Confirm. And we can try again. So what's we can't have you answer this question. What's OneRamp's revenue model?
I think exchange rate markup and commissions, right?
Very good. Very good. Yes, totally. You got that one right. You got 10 points on that one. And then let me clarify here what's going on. This is another question that we really wanted to kind of to go for, which is this won't have like a prize, but it's just another type of interaction we wanted to show. Here, what we might do though is have one person on stage. We'll have two people. Is there anybody else from Nigeria here? One person. Okay. There we go. We have two people from Nigeria. We're putting you guys on stage, and you're both experts in the Web3 space, on ramps and off ramps. And the question is, and I'm going to add it right now. Sorry about that. Many technical challenge because just a question of give me a tiny second. I will write it again. What? I'm adding it live. And thank you for helping us test the platform as we make sure we go to bigger audiences. So I'm adding this question right now. And anybody in the audience basically has the opportunity to vote on your answers. You both need to provide an answer, and then we're going to agree or disagree. Somebody has already agreed with you before you've given an answer. So that's very sweet, Femi. Because I remember hearing you saying that the main challenge was something that I wasn't sure how other people would feel. Go for it, guys. We can keep it going. People are voting for the answers. I'll send it again.
Okay. All right. Should I go ahead?
Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the first one will be regulation. That is for specifically Nigeria and some other African countries. And I think that's also a global thing. Regulation. The second one is the complexity of using wallets. So with the existing wallets, so basically wallet complexity. And the another one is basically people are not, especially the builders, they're not building for the people. So most products are not particularly centered around the end users. So like three key things that currently affect, and I think MiniPay does a great job with abstracting some of these wallet complexity.
Yeah, I agree with you. So, but yeah, like I said in my pitch, first is the complexities of, like I said, there's a high barrier to entry into the crypto space. First, you have to deal with an alphanumeric 20 digits. It's just too much for a lot of people. And then, it's kind of confusing. A lot of people think it's for the nerds, and so we need to get rid of that stereotype. And then the second one, which I think it would be the most important, would be education. A lot of people still don't know. Like I said, people think crypto is for the nerds, and then they don't really understand that crypto can be for everybody. But as much as we educate, it still goes back to the first point. We have to make it less complicated for them to use. So it's just 2 points from me, but both intertwined.
The votes can come in. You need to get 50% of the vote to win. And there are 3 votes. Most people are agreeing with you. It seems that it's about education.
You're on mute, Paul.
Oh, sorry about that. I said you need 50% of the vote to go in. You can vote for each person. They're totally independent. It's not a select your favorite. I think a lot of people are agreeing with you about education. How about the other votes? It's 50-50 at this point for Femi.
How do I vote? Can I not vote?
No, as a host, you can't vote because you're biased. I would say maybe as a maybe not. We should change that functionality. So I'm closing the vote, and it seems like it's more on the education side that people are going. Yeah. So I think we're good with the kind of engagement. I'm curious, what do you guys think of the functionalities on 40?
I personally thought it was really fun. Yeah, it's pretty intuitive. I think using it the second time would be much easier as a host.
Okay. And seems like I'm moving. Okay. What are your thoughts, Adiagbo?
Yes, I think it's really interesting. It's an interesting feature. Like you mentioned something, it's like a game show, so it feels that way, especially with the question and answer segments. It feels like a game show. So I really like this part.
Do you feel it could be useful in your marketing in any way if you host something and sponsor?
Yeah, very well. I think it is. Once we start hosting like major, because we want to be in the social space, crypto for social use. And then, so I think this is a really good product for us to host events and do giveaways, because we do a lot of giveaways. We do crypto gift cards giveaways. So this is a very good one for us. Yeah.
Cool. Any other thoughts? Shreya, maybe?
And, I just like the fact that you can ask people whether they listen to the presentation or not. Like, it's great for educational ones as well. It's coming in.
Yes, we use this for even in classes. There's a 90% engagement rate. People stay until the last minute because they kind of want to know what's going to happen until the end. And technically, there's a concept called retrieval practice, where even if you know the information, it's about making sure you retrieve it to make sure you get it.
And
Wonderful.
you get rewarded for it, so it's a win-win situation.
There is a leaderboard. So at this point, from a points perspective, it's Delepo, but prizes, definitely Femi just left us, but he was at the top. I'll let you end and host and figure out the rest, Wade.
Wonderful. Well, I think on that note, we'll close off the call. Appreciate your time today, everyone, and being a part of the first Prezenti showcase. Look forward to many more, and look forward to seeing your products out there in the wild. Have a wonderful day.
Great. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye, guys.